The MCU's Multiverse Saga is well underway.
Come on, give me it.
And as the Secret Wars approach, you can be sure that variants and cameos galore are also on the way. With that being said, and in no particular order, here are 15 Marvel heroes from outside of the MCU that could appear in Avengers Secret Wars. Ryan Reynolds and Deadpool have been teasing their inevitable MCU debut for quite some time now. Deadpool 3 will see the merc with the mouth tamper with timelines and end up in the MCU somehow, all while being accompanied with the next entry on our list. As confirmed by Hugh Jackman himself, Wolverine is finally on his way to the MCU as well. Not only will Wolverine surely play a pivotal role in Avengers Secret Wars, but he could potentially be the catalyst in founding the X-Men in the MCU.
Oh, and when are we getting the X-Men?
Having already been treated to a Patrick Stewart as Illuminati Professor X in the MCU, surely more X-Men from the original X universe will turn up during Secret Wars as well. Considering the X-Men have already been altering timelines and universes in their movies, it only makes sense they do the same in the MCU. During Spider-Man No Way Home, Tobey Maguire's Raimiverse Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Amazing Spider-Man both debuted in the MCU and helped Tom Holland's Spider-Man fight a rogues gallery of their villains.
Like, does it just come out of your wrists, or does it come out of anywhere else?
Of course, with how well that went over with fans, Marvel Studios would be foolish not to revisit the dynamic between the three Peters, and that could happen during Secret Wars. Superhero moviegoers have seen two interpretations of Gwen Stacy on the big screen over the years, one played by Bryce Dallas Howard and Emma Stone respectively. With Gwendolyn's ever-growing popularity and appearances in the animated Spider-Verse films, is it possible that Spider-Gwen will show up during Secret Wars? Tom Hardy's Venom has already debuted in the MCU, setting up the potential for more crossovers in the future. Also, the possibility does exist that Topher Grace's Venom could rear its ugly head once more, but I don't think anybody really wants that. In the craziest of scenarios, perhaps a Flash Thompson variant could debut as Agent Venom in the Secret Wars. Both Edward Norton and Mark Ruffalo have portrayed Bruce Banner and the Hulk in the MCU. Could it be possible that the two cross paths in Secret Wars? Although they are intended to be the same Banner, what if that wasn't entirely the case? Eric Bana also played the Hulk in a movie that some people argue is canon to the MCU, so what's to stop him or even, hey, Lou Ferrigno turning up as well? John Bernthal is the perfect Frank Castle and should be rejoining the MCU soon, but before him, Thomas Jane was the Punisher for many people. Ray Stevenson's Punisher Warzone interpretation of Castle could show up, and let's not forget about Dolph Lundgren. Imagine a standoff between those four. Yeah, I'm in. Samuel L. Jackson embodies the character of Nick Fury and was also the inspiration behind his redesigned look in the comics. But before the aesthetic change, Nick Fury looked much different and was played by David Hasselhoff in the 1998 movie Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. The Hoff versus Samuel L. Jackson? I think I speak for everyone when I say we would like to see that. Although many anticipate Chris Evans returning as Cap during the Secret Wars, I call Cap and say that's too obvious. Instead, imagine a scene where stars of 70s and 90s Captain America movies respectively, Reb Brown and Matt Salinger, share a moment with Evans's old man Steve Rogers as the universe goes to hell. Charlie Cox and his rendition of Daredevil are now fully submerged in the MCU, but before Matt Murdock was smooching with She-Hulk or beating baddies on Netflix, he was played by Ben Affleck in the 2003 film called, well, Daredevil. Do you want to see the return of the Affleck of Hell's Kitchen? We have not seen Mahershala Ali's Blade in the MCU yet, but we have heard his voice. Before the MCU ever existed, Blade was its own established film franchise, starring the iconic Wesley Snipes.
He's a familiar.
With Blade getting his own movie in Phase 5, come Phase 6, and the Secret Wars, we could be dealing with a pair of vampire hunters. Speaking of iconic actors and underworld-oriented superhero film franchises, Nicolas Cage played Johnny Blaze in 2 non-MCU Ghost Rider films. Gabriel Luna portrayed Robbie Reyes' Ghost Rider in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. series, which also dabbles in multiple universes. I'm willing to bet we see these two hotheads roll up on each other in Secret Wars. Before being spotted in CGI form and voiced by Seth Green in the MCU, Howard the Duck had his own movie in 1986. Using practical effects, suit performers Ed Gale and Jordan Prentice brought Howard to life, while actor Chip Zien lended his voice to the role. For those who don't remember, at the end of the Howard the Duck film, he's introduced to a dimensional jumping device. Hey, that's all I'm saying. Marvel's First Family is the last entry on our list. The Fantastic Four have had a few failed cinematic endeavors before the MCU came into fruition. That being said, these heavily criticized movies might also generate one of the most meta moments in Marvel history. In 2005 and 2007, MCU star Chris Evans played the Human Torch. In 2015, MCU star Michael B. Jordan did the same. Could Secret Wars see both Johnny Storms team up against Captain America and Killmonger variants? Oh, make that happen. Please make that happen. And that's our list. Who do you want to see show up in Avengers Secret Wars? Let us know in the comments below, and hey, while you're down there, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and don't forget to enable notifications so you don't miss any crossover comic content. See ya!